You go in the wrong section of Philadelphia at night, you're in trouble. You go in the wrong section of the internet, you're going to get in trouble. You know, as a parent, and you walk into your kid's room, and they're on the computer, and they're on the internet, and you say, who are you talking to? It's private. You're on the internet blabbing your life away, putting a profile up there, but yet when mom comes in the room, you're going to turn to her and say it's private? It's simply not acceptable.
We have all read and heard of many cases involving children falling prey to unscrupulous people via meetings in chat rooms or postings of information on the internet. Given the prevalence of this threat, we are at a point where we must warn our children and others of the dangers involved in seemingly benign conversations on the internet. A simple phrase can easily give a predator all the information he or she needs to track and trace a victim. Every child knows not to talk to strangers, but somewhere along the line, this message has been lost when using the internet. A predator knows this, and therein lies the danger.
This is what happens with kids. They want to be noticed. 7th or 8th graders want to be noticed. If you take one of those stupid birthday hats, if I take that and I throw it on the floor in a junior high school, within 30 seconds, some kid's going to put it on his head and say, hey, look at me, you know, I'm wearing a hat in school, do all this. You put it on a college campus, somebody will throw it away. But kids at that age want to be noticed. So what they do is they take that same attitude and they bring it onto the internet. Kids don't know the internet. They know Yahoo, they know Google, they know search engines. You say the word gopher to them, they think of an animal. But that bare bones behind the internet is what they don't know, and that's what the pedophiles use to seek out kids. They know how to backdoor the information, even though kid says, my stuff is blocked. No, it isn't blocked. I can still get to it. I get asked all the time, well, how can I stop them? What blocks can I put on there to prevent them? None. It don't work. Don't waste your money. I mean, yeah, you can get some filters that'll knock out the porn sites for you, but you try to lock your kid out of these places and he knows you're doing it or she knows you're doing it, take their cell phone and go outside. Get online that way. Well, if you don't have that service, they'll go to their friend's house. They're going to fight you on it, and you don't want to have a fight with your kids.
A graduate of Bloomsburg University, Charles Favada has 35 years of experience teaching in the classroom, over 10 years while teaching middle school students and viewing the naive behavior they exhibited on the internet. He developed lesson plans to teach students safe behavior while online. As students spoke at home about what they were learning in school, parents began contacting him to speak at PTO meetings and at local organizations.
This girl makes a mistake right here. Ariel rocks. That's all she says. I send a note to her saying, Ariel says hi. Says, how do you know Ariel? I went to summer camp with Ariel. Ariel didn't go to summer camp. Guy says, missed her. Well, she might say, yeah, Ariel likes summer camp. There's only one step left. Hey, you want to see a picture of Ariel drooling in her sleep? She goes, yeah, send it. The message comes right here. It says, look, your buddy's going to be able to determine your IP address. That's a potential security risk. They absolutely have no idea what that means. Send a picture. While the picture's being sent, I just type in netstat. I just take that whole phrase and put it in NeoTrace and wait. Little bell goes off when you finally get the picture. Here it says, oh, there's the address, 2448 1835. Immediately type it in. That girl who I just talked to and said hi to lives in Cottersport, Pennsylvania. I asked her for a map of Cottersport, Pennsylvania. She lives somewhere along the famous Route 6 and Route 44. As soon as she got the picture, he traced her computer. He knows where she's from, comes in the next day and talks like he goes to a high school only 10 miles from her house. When you talk to kids, you say, look, there's hundreds of millions of users on the internet, tens of thousands of chat rooms. What are the odds you all of a sudden got a message from someone who lives 10 miles from you? It just doesn't make sense.
Through a simulation of internet activity, participants become aware of the tactics and tools pedophiles use to search and elicit information from online conversations or postings, and how pedophiles use this information to entrap prospective targets. Knowledge of these tactics will enable participants to better understand the dangers faced by children while online.
When I was in Tennessee, I called up this girl. She's 21 years old, but of course she's in high school. But what got a little frightening here, she puts herself in a bathing suit, takes the picture. So there's two comments about the picture. One of her girlfriends, and this guy Dan made a comment. And I look at Dan, and Dan doesn't look like a high school kid. Look at Dan's stuff. Dan's is blocked. Dan Mark Turbo. Search it on the internet. Go to his cache stuff. bring up his old information, and where he gets to be a real scary is right down here. He says Dan has 713 friends. When you look at Dan's 713 friends, they are all 14, 15-year-old girls. So all he's doing is just getting onto every girl's site he can and just piling up. And his address is like 15 miles away from where that girl is. He's from the same area, Tennessee. These are the things that kids got to watch out for when they start posting that stuff all over the place.
Chuck now speaks across the country at both state and national conventions and continues to inform teachers, parents, and students about the dangers of the web and how vulnerable children are, whether talking in chat rooms, instant messaging, or using MySpace. For more information, visit www.chuckfavata.com.